Oh, good lord, it is hot up here. Good God, how loud is that thing? All right, Papa Oki's gonna have to open up a little alky, a little something for this one. Actually, that's not that bad. Uh-oh. Okay. There are many topics that a lot of people are passionate about. Some people cannot stand politicians, tax collectors if you were back in the olden days of the Bible. There is one thing that I cannot stand, and we're going to talk about that today. I have compiled a playlist and used my 700 IQ brain to come up with some of the absolute worst, god-awful sound effects that make me want to just gouge out my ears. And I swear every time that I hear these in a movie or a TV show, it immediately just rips me out of whatever I'm seeing, and it just distracts me. And I know that's not just my undiagnosed ADHD. I know that's not that. It is so deep in my soul, the hatred towards these sound effects, that it literally takes away from any joy that I have when watching a film or a TV show when I hear these sounds. So today, I decided to make a playlist called Sound Effects from the Pits of Hell, because that reflects my level of hatred for these overused stock sounds. But before we go into that, and none of this is scripted, I'm just going off, I'm just riffing right now because I am fucking furious about this. Back in the olden days of film and television, hiring Foley artists was a little bit expensive. So Foley artists were basically sound designers and people who would record different sound effects with different things, and they would make the actual sound effects. So you would have somebody clopping together the coconuts to make like the horseshoe sounds that you've heard, and you've definitely seen that in like the Three Stooges and all those wonderful films. So think of it like that. So basically, these Foley artists would create sound effects, and it would cost a lot of money to hire these people. And so film companies didn't really want to hire Foley artists every single time, and editors would just kind of want a quick and easy way to get a sound effect into their films so that they can edit really quickly and get a finished product out there without having to, hire all these artists and just be able to get something out there really fast. Luckily, there was a company called Hollywood Edge that made these huge compilations of sounds and sound effects that people could use in films, and it basically just was a blessing from the heavens. Unbeknownst to them, so many fucking people used them, and so they were in every movie. Long story short, these sound effects were so effective that everybody and their mom's dad used them in their productions. First up on the list is medium crowd of adults yell, shout, scream, and laugh. This freaking sound has echoed within the depths in the corners of my mind for years. I heard this, I think, the first time in VeggieTales when I don't even know. It was VeggieTales. It was like the rumor weed when everybody thought that I don't know. It was the stupidest thing, but everybody was running away, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a scary sound effect. And then I heard it in everything else, and I'm like, oh, they used that from VeggieTales. And then I realized when I was not a stupid little kid that there were sound packs, and this was it. Medium crowd adults yell, shout, scream, and laugh. You. Oh God, every time that I hear this, it's always within a little village or something where these little Mexican kids running around. They're all happy with their little football, and I can say that because I'm Mexican, okay? Well, their parents just smile in the like 5 minutes of bliss before like the hurricane or whatever flippin' monster comes and destroys their town. They would always just like, it doesn't matter what country they were from. There were always these little brown children running around, and they would always play this sound effect. Oh, shut the Two cats angrily yowling during cat fight. If you've seen any cat on TV, on screen, you have definitely heard this sound effect. Angry screech with hiss from a domestic cat. It is the most basic sound that you could ever. It's everywhere. All of these sounds are everywhere, and they drive me mad. Oh my. Medium exterior crowd applause of about 30 to 40 people with cheers and hoots. Take 1 and take 2. These next two. Oh, you let me just play them for you. Everywhere. Every 90s movie with like, I swear, it's like Stuart Little, I don't quote me on that, but I am like 90% sure that Stuart Little used that sound effect. Like whenever I see this, I just immediately think of Stuart Little and that Lego Stunt Rally game. Whenever you finish the little course, remember when you start drifting and you couldn't control your vehicle anymore, you just hear. Oh my Lord! Small group of 10 young kids shouting and cheering. Oh, this. Can you tell that I just love children? This one isn't as bad, but it is definitely prevalent in film. Like I've heard it and I recognize it. I have no idea what it's from, but I know it. Chimpanzee screeches and vocalizes. I freaking love chimpanzees and all monkeys and apes because I am one myself. I just love them, and this one doesn't anger me as much. I just find it really funny. And no, wrong one. Me when I spend the whole entire round looting and end up getting killed by the first enemy team that I come across. Bull roaring from a medium perspective. I just love how specific these names are. Every movie from the 90s and 2000s, every time that a bull would come on screen, it's this. Oh God, it makes me sick. This next one, ironically, is called eagle sound effect, but I actually found out that it is not an eagle, and I think it was a red hawk or some sort of hawk. And it is in every... Listen. Just whenever you think of an eagle, you immediately think of this sound effect. I'm like 90% sure they use this in Nacho Libre and a bunch of other movies. Hollywood lion sounds. Again, lions. That sounds like the Civic driving away from my house with their crappy Red Bull muffler. All right, single classic wolf howl. I don't know what the filmmakers are thinking. It's like if there's ever an awkward just moment where there's silence, they always play this. Or if there's like a Western or something, and they're like just sitting out there like, did you hear about the ghost? Oh, that was weird. Anyway, did you hear about that ghost again? So fucking funny. Pottery drop and break. This is probably one of the worst sound effects. Like it's low quality. It's an ancient. It sounds like it's from the 17 AD. Like it is the oldest sounding sound effect, and the mic's quality is awful. It's just I don't know why. There's so much tonality in this, and there's no reason that a pot or a jar should make this noise, but it does. I just.
The monkey got to go to London.
That's my brain every time that I hear these noises. Baby cooing. Okay, this one right here is probably my least favorite, and I hear it the most often. I was watching probably 3 shows within the last week that used this freaking sound. Lost, the TV show Lost from like 2004 or whatever, they used this sound effect. The Mandalorian, when Grogu's the child, when he's like babbling on and making the goo goo gaga poo poo caca noises, they play this sound. right there. Oh my. Oh, that's the little auto-tune little bit where he's just. Whoa. I don't know why I hate this so much. Busy police station ambience with active voices. So this one is not nearly as bad, but I definitely recognize it, and it's just kind of overused, and I feel like it's in Psych, Monk, and all of those little like crime shows, but it's definitely recognizable for me at least. Metal impact with metal crunch and slight shake after. Amazing title. 10 out of 10. Really freaking good. This one right here. Anytime that there's like a rock or like in Transformers or something or anything, a street light, it could literally be an 8,000 pound man just like falling on top of a car. It's always this noise. Did you recognize that? Every time that something hits a car, I don't get it. Like a metal street pole will hit the car and it'll make this noise. It is such a deep noise. There's no, it would be way louder. It would sound so much different, but they still use this same exact sound. Sound designers, put a little more effort into this, please. Warning buzzer buzzes multiple times. Warning, we have a differing opinion. Warning, a conservative white cisgendered male has entered the building. Small heavy door opens with loud squeak. I don't know why. It is so simple. It is such a quiet, just quick little sound, but it's used everywhere. Video games, TV shows, whenever, I don't know. It's just that one. GTO revs engine and peels out with tire squeal. It doesn't matter what car is on screen. It could be, I don't know, a Honda Civic. It could be a 1993 Saab 900. It could be any freaking car. It could be my very wonderful seafoam green blue 2003 Hyundai XG350 that I absolutely love. 2003 Hyundai XG350L in seafoam puke green with nice leather seats that are torn and tattered from 15 years of my cousins puking and kicking and tearing at them before me. And my grandma having a heart attack in it. No joke. Actually, I got a new car, so I can't really complain. No matter what car is on screen, it makes this engine sound. If it's like peeling away.
What the hell?
I don't know why it's so funny. There's always some like high-speed chase, and it's these cars that do not go fast and do not make a sound remotely close to this sound. Oh, it's amazing. Traffic jam with many car horns. All right, that's enough. Every single city has these cars. If there's a traffic jam, it's always traffic jam with many car horns. This sound effect. I'm done. Last sound. Panic shrieks of fear from woman. There's something about this that just shakes me to my core. Okay, I feel like this is not genuine or believable. Now, that's probably because I'm a man. I don't know. I feel like it would not sound like this. Maybe I'll do 6 perfect little screams in like half to a 1 second burst. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like this one. And I hear it all the time whenever there's like a woman in peril or she's being like pinned down under like a building or something. It's like, oh, just stop, please. Anyway, that was my little rant about Hollywood Edge, the blessing and the curse of the film industry, and how amazing their sound libraries were. And they actually pretty, like, the idea as a whole was a really cool idea, because people release sample packs, they release drums, synth patches and stuff for musicians. And for film people, you need sound effects. But when you use the same one that Warner Brothers and literally DreamWorks, every single company has used, LucasArts, George Lucas, he uses these. When you hear these sound effects being used by everyone, it's like Syndrome from the Incredibles. With everyone super, no one will be. According to Quora, he is essentially saying that if everyone has superpowers, they won't be unique anymore, which means it'll become normal and therefore not super. No, thank you, Quora, for pointing out the obvious. Anyway, that does it for this video. I don't know when I'm gonna upload again. This was just a little brain fart of an episode. I just wanted to voice my opinion because I know my opinion matters. I know everybody wants to hear my opinion. I apologize for not uploading for a long time. I got a full-time job. Your boy's making some money now. And I've been kind of trying to do some fun stuff on the side, still hang out with friends, family, and have a social life. And it's a little difficult to do videos and YouTube in the middle. So, without further ado, I hope I will see you guys soon. I will try and make some videos every now and then. I don't know what about. I'm just gonna do stuff as it comes into my head, and if I think it's gonna be funny, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna be stuck down to TF2 because your TF2 account, why don't you upload TF2 anymore? It is because TF2 is almost dead.